past few years, the beatings and killings of unarmed black men and women by police officers have shocked our nation. And with the 2016 presidential election fast approaching, racial tensions and police brutality will certainly prove to be hot-button election issues. But how significant is the contribution of police brutality to the racial polarization we find ourselves facing today? Just as important as it was 50 years ago. But that was a different era, you might say. Black Panthers, civil disobedience, Jim Crow laws, Martin Luther King Jr., the Civil Rights Movement, and El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, better known as Malcolm X. If he was still with us today, he might disagree that much has changed. Malcolm grew up in a racially polarized era. His father was an outspoken supporter of black nationalist leader Marcus Garvey and was a local leader of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. Early in his childhood, Malcolm's family received many death threats from white supremacist organizations such as the KKK. Because of these death threats, his family had to move multiple times. Their Michigan home was burned to the ground, and a few years later, his father was found dead. Police declared his death an accident, but rumors circulated that white supremacists were responsible. Soon thereafter, Malcolm's mother suffered a mental breakdown. As a consequence, Malcolm floated between many foster homes, and as a young adult, he was involved in petty crimes. Eventually, he was arrested for burglary and sentenced to 10 years in prison. It was in prison that Malcolm chose to educate himself and consume as many books as he could. Through influence from his siblings, he embraced the teachings of the Nation of Islam, including the nation's belief that white people were devils and black people were the original people of the world. After Malcolm left prison, he rose through the ranks of the Nation of Islam and became their national spokesman. He was soon considered the second most powerful man in the Nation of Islam after Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad has stopped us from stealing, and we did steal. He stopped us from gambling, he stopped us from cheating, and he stopped us from lying.
His ability to communicate his ideas and influence people even had journalists mesmerized. But Malcolm's life took a major turn in 1964 when he reconsidered his beliefs and trust in Elijah Muhammad, leaving the Nation of Islam and embracing mainstream Islam. He went on the pilgrimage to Mecca, where he encountered, as he put it, quote, Muslims of all colors, from blue-eyed blondes to black-skinned Africans. It was at this juncture in his life that Malcolm began to view Islam as the solution to the myriad racial problems he'd been fighting against for much of his adult life.
If the religion of Islam could eliminate racism from among the societies that exist in Africa, Asia, Europe, and Arabia, then it would do well for the American white man to expose himself to get to a better understanding of the religion of Islam, and perhaps it can remove some of the racism, which is like a cancer that is destroying the American society today.
And this is what I had to become aware of on my pilgrimage to Mecca. I could see then that there are many white people in this country who will side with the Negro in whatever he has to do to protect himself.
But that's a considerable change of opinion in Malcolm X.
No, today I'm speaking for myself. Formerly I spoke for Elijah Muhammad. And everything I said was, Elijah Muhammad teaches us thus and so. I'm speaking now from what I think, from what I have seen, from what I have analyzed, and the conclusions that I have read.
He came back to the U.S. with a more grounded understanding of race and civil rights. However, it wasn't too long before he was assassinated. After his assassination, the media portrayed Malcolm as a violent individual who should be shunned. Most school history textbooks overlook the vital role he played in the black liberation and civil rights movement during the 1960s. As a result, much of the focus of Black History Month tends to be around figures such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks. But the historical reality is much more nuanced. In fact, Dr. King himself sent a telegram to Malcolm's widow, Betty Shabazz, right after his assassination, in which he stated, quote, I always had a deep affection for Malcolm and felt that he had a great ability to put his finger on the existence and the root of the problem. Dr. King continued, quote, he was an eloquent spokesman for his point of view, and no one can honestly doubt that Malcolm had a great concern for the problems we face as a race.
The problem of the black people in America is inseparable from the problem of oppressed people all over the world. And until the leaders of black America realize that our problem is inseparable from the entire international problem, we will be considered a minority, will be considered an underdog, and will be begging for the things that we should have had when we were born.
The The genius of Malcolm was in his ability to revolutionize the struggle for civil rights by attacking the system rather than individual elements within the system, and his prescient ideas are
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen. The English translation of that is praise is only for Allah, Lord of the universe, the most kind, the most merciful, Master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and to you alone we pray for help. Show us a straight way, the way of those whom you have blessed, who have not deserved your anger, nor have gone astray. And with that, I welcome you to another episode of the History, Community Life, and Diversity of Most Americans in New England. I am Hassan Rashid, your host, and I'll be here with you for approximately a half an hour. So with that, it's excellent being here with you again, and it's such a great achievement to come into your lives like we do here every week at Cctv. The opening video was provided by the Islamic Broadcast Network, and that was a depiction of the late and great Malcolm X, who was a Boston native, and that was the depiction of a celebration of Malcolm's 25-year when he was 25 years old, and the fact that he had became arrested in Boston at 25, and from there he went on to join the Nation of Islam, etc., and became the person that we all know as Malik al-Shabazz. Okay, so it's the celebration of when Malcolm entered jail at 25 in Boston. I'm Hassan Rashid, your host, and this is a History, Community Life, and Diversity Muslim Americans in New England. Right now, I want to skip some of the news and bring you a special broadcast and announcement, and there's two of them. They're going to follow two videos in a row. One is about honor killings, whereas some countries, Islamic countries, they still, so-called Muslims, they still indulge in what's called honor killing, killing of innocent women and young ladies and girls, and also female genital mutilation, and this awful practice is still prescribed in some Islamic countries, which is anti-Quranic. The Quran doesn't endorse honor killings or female genital mutilation. So I got some videos here that I want you on these subjects, and I want you to pay close attention to what's said. Okay.
In 2011, I decided to make a film about acid crimes and spur more action for the victims of this heinous crime. I ask you girls to saving face. Then I want to dedicate this award to all the heroes working on the ground in Pakistan. The film created enough noise that the Punjab government took action and allowed victims of acid violence to have their cases processed faster through anti-terrorism courts.
For best documentary, consultant, the nominees are In the River, The Price of Forgiveness.
My latest documentary film focuses on honor killings. Every year, hundreds of women across Pakistan are killed in the name of honor. Many cases go unreported. The Anti-Honor Crime Bill was passed through Senate in March 2015, but it lapsed in the Parliament. Together, let us create enough noise. The people of Pakistan force the politicians and the government to pass this law. Let us stand up for all those victims who are no longer with us today. And let people know that honor crimes is not part of our religion or our culture. I know together we can change the future of Pakistan.
Okay, so you heard it. You know, honor killings are not part of the religion of Islam, or is it sanctioned or endorsed by the Holy Quran, which is the holy book of Muslims. So Muslims, true Muslims don't indulge in honor crimes. And so it's sad to say, but this is happening not only in Islamic countries, it's happening in non-Muslim countries throughout the earth. So the fact is that there's something has to be done about this. And I suggest that your elected officials, your federal elected officials, and you tell them that they got to get on the ball and try to do all they can to stop these ridiculous honor killings of women, old ladies, young ladies, and little girls, just because some male feel that he has been insulted for some petty reason. Okay, well, you're gonna be hearing more about these honor killings right here at Your History, Community Life, and Diversity of Muslim Americans as the year progresses. We're still early in the year, and there's a lot of things that I want to share with you, but we can't share everything in 25 minutes. Okay, now I want to get to the other one. Now, this is also a horrible thing that's happening in the Islamic world. That's why I bring it to your attention, because it's happening in the Islamic world and it's happening in other non-Islamic world. It's a terrible thing, and that is FGM. That's the acronym for female genital mutilation. So pay close attention to what they say on this one, okay?
Ils ont fermé le visage un peu, enlevé dessus pour le succès. C'est ça. J'ai dit, on nous a attrapé, on m'a attrapé sur les pieds, mais on est parti. Et je me suis couché. On est refusé. C'est ça, sans sauter.
Adopted by the international community last year call for an end to female genital mutilation, FGM, by 2030. It is a clear violation of human rights, incompatible with the goals of gender equality and empowerment of women and girls.
سمعت عن ختان الإناث في ندوة في قرية نجا العرب، فسمعت لقيتهم بيتكلموا إن الختان ليه أضرار كتيرة، ما ينفعش إن تتختن، تشويه في العضلات التمثيلية ليه أضرار.
Ce que je me dis encore, c'est que quand ils ont fini de m'exciser, qu'on m'a fait le dégoût, celle qu'on avait fait avant, moi, j'étais assise sur des feuilles. J'ai vu du sang partout. Cette peur-là, j'ai encore cette peur-là, moi. Et puis ça fait même que j'ai eu peur de l'homme même, du garçon. Finalement, je ne savais pas si tout ce qu'on faisait là-bas faisait mal. Donc vraiment, jusqu'à aujourd'hui, je garde encore dans la tête.
Over 140 girls and women throughout the world have undergone FGM. The practice is not confined to traditional societies in Africa. We are finding that FGM is also widely practiced in select countries in Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East. With globalization, it has spread to diaspora communities around the world. Target 5.3 of the Sustainable Development Goals is galvanizing action across many sectors to end FGM.
Mais aujourd'hui, beaucoup de filles vont à l'école. Beaucoup de filles savent que l'étudiant, ce n'est pas une bonne chose. Les mentalités ont changé.
Partners around the world are working together to strengthen legislation and policy to criminalize FGM.
Denouncing female circumcision, led by the Council of Elders, is a remarkable turning point for this community.
Health workers are increasingly engaged in FGM prevention and care. Media are reporting on this issue and creating space for public dialogue. Artists and musicians are lending their voices, encouraging cultural change. Young people around the world are resisting this harmful practice and calling for change.
J'ai décidé aussi de m'engager et d'aider d'autres petites filles qui risquent, qui sont excisées. Donc quand j'ai su qu'il y avait moyen de lutter, et ça a été une prise de conscience pour moi, et ça a été l'occasion pour moi de sortir tout ce que j'avais enfoui en moi comme colère.
Communities are mobilizing and coming together to declare the abandonment of FGM. Despite these important changes, millions of girls around the world are still at risk of being cut.
yourself. From the trajectory of adolescence to old age, females are experiencing this atrocious crime. It's criminal all over the world, not only in the Islamic world, but in other countries too, as the video explained. That is FGM, female genital mutilation, so expect to hear more about that in the upcoming weeks when we have more time to share it with you. I'm Hassan Rashid, and this is the History, Community Life, Diversity of Muslim Americans in New England. Okay, local veterans hold rally in support of Muslims. A local anti-war military veterans gathered outside New England largest mosque. That was last Saturday to show support for Muslims and growing anti-Muslim sentiment that some believe have been stoked by inflammatory tone of the presidential race. The rally at the Islamic Society of Boston's Cultural Center in Roxbury was organized by Smedley D. Butler Brigade of the Veterans for Peace and drew about 200 people. Okay, when you listen to what's going on in presidential politics, there's a lot of misinformation, and some people are really misrepresenting what this religion is, said Bob Funk, a U.S. Army veteran and coordinator for the local veterans group. They're using it as a wedge issue, and they're scaring people. It's the political affair. Members of the mosque said they were touched by the support. Some of the veterans know Muslims, and they saw them as good people, said Tina Sherer Abdallah, 38 of Everett. There's 1.7 billion Muslims worldwide, and the majority of us live in peace. Support of Veterans for Peace carried white and black flags featuring the group's logo, a white dove set against a combat helmet, and displayed signs reading, "Muslims are not our enemy." Speakers include leaders from veterans groups and Islamic organizations, as well as Boston Police Commissioner William B. Evans, who was last to address the crowd. We're all members, we're all Muslims deep down, Evans said. We all yearn for peace. Evans also visited the mosque in December after a Muslim couple carried out a mass shooting in San Bernardino, California. He said Saturday that Boston police treasure their relationship with the Muslim community. I don't think we can tolerate bigotry towards the Muslim population. They're an important part of our city, Evans told reporters. I just want to reassure them that we are here for them. Nationally, Veterans for Peace has launched a campaign called Veterans Challenge Islamophobia to combat anti-Muslim rhetoric. Okay, I want to try to move along here. There's more to that article to be shared with you, but I want to move along to and try to get this with Commissioner Evans out of Boston, the Commissioner of Boston Police Department, what he said. He said his famous statement, "We're all Muslims deep down," says the Boston Police Commissioner. Politicians insisting that the latest Islamic Jihad attack has nothing to do with Islam have become a familiar feature of mainstream media landscape. But last Saturday, Boston Police Commissioner William B. Evans went them all one better. He said, speaking at the Islamic Society of Boston Center, Evans declared, we're all Muslims deep down. We all yearn for peace. Evans thus went further than Barack Obama, John Kerry, David Cameron, and all the other Western politicians who insisted that Islam is a religion of peace. For Evans, Islam is not just a religion of peace, but the religion of peace. To be a Jew, a Christian, a Hindu, a Buddhist, or atheist would not make one yearn for peace. This is taking pandering to dazzling new heights. And that wasn't all. This wasn't the police commissioner's first visit to the Islamic Society of Boston. He went there last December, right after two Muslims murdered 14 people at a Christian party in San Bernardino. He made that visit in order to make sure that local Muslims weren't jittery after the attack. So I congratulate Boston Police Commissioner William B. Evans for his sensitivity towards Muslims of New England, and not only Muslim of New England, but the universal community of Righteous Muslims, okay? Okay, we went through that Army War Veterans show. Okay, I'm gonna try to get over here at Harvard University. I'm gonna try to go local now. There's a message here from Iman Tamayula. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, Tamayula. Okay, that's, he said, this Islamic, the dinner's coming up. That's the Harvard Islamic Society undergraduate dinner's coming up. Well, that's passed. Okay, so okay, let's move on to Iman Tamayula. It's our Three Boys event at 7 p.m. No, that's that's gone too. Okay, Iman Tamayula. I can't find that article now, but. I move on to say that the Harvard University Muslim Alumni Association, they're having their annual Muslim Alumni Dinners coming up pretty soon. That's bring your early bird ticket, buy your early bird tickets for the 6th annual Harvard University Muslim Alumni Dinner today. Tickets will be discounted. Okay, so that's well, it's the 29th. The tickets are discounted until the 29th. Deadline's gone, so they may extend that. Okay, I don't know, but they may extend that. Okay, so the Jumu'ah prayer is at Friday, 1:15 to 2 p.m. in the Low Hall. So that's right next to the Harvard University Science Center. So Halakha, 7 to 8 p.m. at Canada Musala. That's Power Halakha with Muslim chaplain Tamayula. Okay, so we're going to be sharing more with you about this new Muslim chaplain at Harvard University. Okay, Iman Tamayula. He's, as a matter of fact, he's local too. He's born right up in Roxbury, Boston. Okay. There's a new book out, and it's entitled Diversity in Al-Islam. And it's, I guess, published by the Wallace D. Muhammad Publications, a ministry of Imam Wallace D. Muhammad. And this booklet is it's a new booklet. I don't have anything in video to show you about it, but as soon as I do get some information for you, I'd like to remind you that this new booklet is coming out. It's called Diversity in Al-Islam, and it's published by the W.D. Muhammad Publications. Okay, so you look forward to more information about that. And if you, hey, where you come from? Okay, look for more information about that. And if you want additional information, you can call 708-862-7733. That's 708-862-7733 and inquire about this new book on Islam, Diversity in Al-Islam, by the WDM Publications. Or you can go to their website. That's WDMpublications.com for more information. But you can be sure that when that information is available, you will hear it right here at History, Community Life, Diversity of Muslim Americans in New England. Okay, there's Islamic scholarships coming up. Deadlines about these scholarships. And I'm interested in all young folks out there interested in, or old folks, if you're interested in scholarship to go to college, the deadline is March 5th, and that's the Islamic Society of North America is pleased to announce the following scholarships for Muslim American students pursuing a college education in the United States. There's the Dr. Abdul Momin A. Shekhar Scholarship. Then there's the Dr. Abdul Salam Family Scholarship. Then there's the Aziz Jamaluddin Scholarships. And then there's the Islamic Development Bank Loan Scholarship and the Amina Mutual Fund Scholarship. So if you like additional information on these scholarships, you can go to, that's ISNA, okay, the Islamic Society of North America, ISNA.com, okay, ISNA.com, and you can get more information. I could share more information with you right now, but we're running out of time. You know how that is. And so, okay, this one more thing I'd like to get back to was the female genital mutilation. The Islamic Council of North America joins International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation. The Islamic Circle of North America, that's Circle, not okay, Circle of Islam of North America, the Islamic Circle of North America, join the rest of the world in recognizing that was last week as the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation. So that advocacy to stop this female genital mutilation is an international thing. It's they just celebrate the International Day of Zero Tolerance. Okay. One more thing. The 5 Challenger Street, that's the Cambridge Farmers Markets, Winter Markets open. So you get on down there Saturday from 10 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. That's the Cambridge Winter's Farmers Market, 5 Challenger Street. I'm Hassan Rashid. You know, I always leave you with the fact that superior-wisdom can never be subjected by inferior wisdom. So until next time, I leave you with the ancient greetings of peace, and that is